Hello everyone. In this lecture, let's start the API development lifecycle. We are going to see what should be the step we need to follow to create a API until the publishing the API. What should be the approach? What should be our approach? How should we proceed with the API? And how basically we are going to proceed. So consider this diagram. This is the whole API development life cycle. This is divided into three stages. First stage is this, second stage is this, and the final stage is this. So API development life cycle is divided into three stages. First stage, second stage, and the third stage. We are going to like that. We will start from the first step. We will move to second step, and we will go to the last step. In this way, we are going to learn in the API. So just be attentive. Okay. Let's understand what are these steps. First step is called the, let's take example. Someone from the business people came to you and they have told that we need a something, a this is my requirement, we want to this type of API, and how can you create for me. So what we can do before creating the whole new API and giving him to test, we can create a simple API with the similar demand they have, and we can give him to test, and if he is satisfied, then we can start the building, and we can doing more modification. These all things we can do. So Mule is providing, or any like that API is providing, that first you create the API, then after creation give them to validate. If they are satisfied, then start the building the API from in detail. Let's understand. Once some business people came to us and they have told us this is our design, that this is our demand, then how we can implement it. Okay, let's implement it. So we will start implementation. First we will design our API. And how we can design? For designing, we will follow the API designer. This is inbuilt in the AnyPoint platform. So we will use the AnyPoint platform to design the API, and we can test using the mocking service. After designing and testing, we will simulate and give to them for feedback. They will test and validate, and if they need some modification, they will told that we need this type of modification. Then again we are going to design using the API designer, and this API designer is supported in the YAML language. You don't need to worry about what is API designer. We will going to learn everything in detail. Once design is completed in the AnyPoint platform using the API designer, and they will okay with validation, then we will going to create the API specification RAML, and after that we are going to publish this API to the AnyPoint exchange. AnyPoint exchange is a place where we can publish the API, and we can share API from here to anyone. These two are these can be a private and public. If it is private, then the people you are sharing, they can see, and if it is public, anyone can see in the world. So first step is completed. We have designed the API, we have taken the feedback, and they are okay with our API. Then we will start with the implementation. We will move to the second step. Second step is to building our API. We will, after API created and we have published to the AnyPoint exchange, from AnyPoint exchange we will import our API into Anypoint Studio. And after that, once we import into our Anypoint Studio, we will do modification as per business requirement. We will do some enhancement on the code. After that, we will do testing using the it whether it is working perfectly or not. These two steps we are going to do. First, we are going to do Anypoint Studio for the building and M unit for the testing. Once building and testing is completed, our web service API is ready. But still it is not completed. We have designed our API, we have taken the feedback, we have imported this, we have published this to Exchange. After publishing this to Exchange, we have built using the Anypoint Studio. After we have tested the API, now our API ready. But we have the third step where we are going to do more security thing, because of course everyone wants their product to be secure. So we need to secure our API, and also we need to deploy it to the cloud platform where the client wants. Okay, so after that, once it is ready, our API is ready, web service API is ready, we are going to provide the version, which version API, like that any version name you can give. After that, using the API manager, we are going to create API proxy so that we can secure our API. Using Mule runtime, we are going to deploy the API. Using the monitor, we are going to monitor the API. We are going to create some alerting thing. Maybe we can create some alerting thing. These all thing, Anypoint monitoring, we can monitor the API. Using the analytics, we can analyze the API. These all step after doing securing, deploy and register, monitor, analyze. These are the basic thing that we need to do. And the most important are these two. Thus, first is the securing the API so that anyone cannot attack to our API, and deploy to API in the cloud environment. You can deploy to either to your any public cloud, any private cloud, or it can be a hybrid, or even the MuleSoft also supported they have also on its own platform called as a cloud hub. You can deploy to the cloud hub. Once it is done, if something issue happen, we will do troubleshooting. In case a scaling require, scaling means we want to some more instance, that we can do the horizontal scaling and the vertical scaling. These all things we are going to do, and this after that we are going to respond. These all step completed and our API is ready for working perfectly. So we have basically did all the steps for the API to complete. First step is to design, second is to the build and test, and third is to secure and deploy. The shortcut of this life cycle. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed the session. Again, we are going to cover first step. We are going to, in our lecture series, we are going to cover this. Second step, we are going to cover this, and third step we are going to cover securing and deployment. These all things we are going to cover. So let's hope upcoming classes is going to be enjoyable. Thank you all. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Again, you have a comment. If you want doubt, you can comment me, you can mail me. Thank you all.